go here. Let's see if anyone's here. We've got it pending. And we're waiting. I do have the sewing basket. Excellent. And now it's live, apparently. Perfection. Hello, friends. Oh, Tiffany Nanibi is here. And it's
camera am I looking into?
This one. I might change it. I don't know if we want to get a close-up. I have a... Alright, ready? Warning. Warning. Wah.
Ooh. That wasn't pleasant.
Alright, we have Evelyn, Janelle, and Pure Set. How you doing? We are doing well. Sorry about the terrible sound of my laptop. It's pronounced Nibi, yes. It always gets mad at me as soon as I start going live. Okay, do you want the comfortable chair?
No, it's okay.
Okay. So, this is my mom, Lynn. Hello. You did your lipstick. It looks nice.
I did.
Hi, Merman DJ.
I don't have a mermaid name.
No.
Because I've never been in a tail.
People call you Mermama.
Oh, yeah.
Mermom. Yep.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure how that works, how you can not be a mermaid, but have a mermaid child.
I'm adopted. The secret's out.
I went swimming on this full moon night.
Into a cave.
Yes.
And then the moon hit the cave.
You know, I was wondering, actually, okay, do you remember when all those, like, Rainbow Magic books were so popular?
Yes, yes.
And they just hit, I don't know if you guys ever read Rainbow Magic books when you were little, but, I mean, they hit the market at just the perfect time, and they just churned out, like, dozens and dozens and dozens of books. And you guys bought a lot of them.
Yeah, Scholastic Book Fair.
Has there been a successful mermaid series?
There's been, like, a few mermaid books. I mean, I'm sure there's, like, mermaid series for kids, but none that I don't think had quite the popularity.
No. So, and the other thing is, have you ever looked up mermaid fiction? Like, young adult fiction?
There's a few. I tried reading some, but they were like, eh. Like, there's some that are okay. One of, actually, the Everyday Mermaid podcast, they do a series where they review mermaid books.
Oh, okay.
Yes. A lot of them are like, it was painful.
Yeah.
They haven't done it in a while, though, so I should send them a voice message.
So maybe that's a market that, you know, is ready, you know, because, like, I would assume that the mermaiding market is getting bigger, like, compared to 4 years ago.
Yeah.
When you first entered.
Yeah.
And it was just...
Actually, 6 years ago.
6 years ago. Wow.
I know.
And so, yeah. But what we need is, like, another good mermaid movie, and then that would really do it. And then, then you can, like, jump on a series of fiction, either kid fiction or young adult fiction, that just is, like, super easy to churn out. All you need is the right kind of characters and storyline.
You just need, like, a mermaid with a different job. It's like, the Rainbow Magic, it was like, this is the puppy fairy, and this is the toffee fairy.
Okay, so like a mermaid fiction series where she's human by day, mermaid by...
Oh, actually, no, there is one. Okay, it's called The Rescue Sirens. I knew there was one, and yeah, it's like, I haven't read it. I've heard people be like, it's terrible, and other people being like, it's great, but it's like mermaids who are also lifeguards, and there's like 4 of them, and they all are like based on different kind of aquatic mammals. And yeah.
What if there was a mermaid series where it's just regular people, not necessarily lifeguards, but I mean just regular people.
H2O style.
Yeah. And anyway.
She also was a writer.
$1 million idea.
This is your writer brain coming out.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, so this is what tea time is about.
Anyways,
today.
yeah, we have an emergency. I mean, it was an emergency in development.
Emergency.
Also, everyone is telling me to tell you to swim in a mermaid tail.
Well, Faith is tiny.
I am small and haven't had children.
So, I mean, unless there's a mermaid tail that was sent to her that's too big and she doesn't care about it being stretched out. I mean, I have tried the monofin.
Yes, yeah, you tried the fin fun.
Like, I love swimming. I love swimming. I love being underwater. So, yeah, I would do it, but I don't want to wreck a tail just to do it. So.
Anyways, but speaking of wrecked tails.
Yes, wrecked tails.
We have poor Rainburst. I swam in it on Friday, and I noticed some little holes when I went. Before I went, I was like, ah ha ha, don't have time to fix these. And then this is what happens. So
it's like somebody chewed it up.
yeah, it's a very thin, and that tail's like 3 years old now.
Is that? Oh, that's like way down. That's not even something you sat on.
No, that's like that's like where my heels are. So it's like where I land if I'm standing.
Okay, so this one is maybe okay that we can just
that one can be a battle
stitch
scar.
it together. Yeah, battle scar. That's good. This one, the holes are kind of gaping.
Like Swiss cheese.
So she's gonna take some fabric from a top.
Yeah. This
it's so tiny.
It's so puny. It's from Germany, and I think this is. Look at the size.
It's a large.
It's a large, and it's like.
Yeah, that's like an eye patch.
Yeah. I've worn it a few times, but it's just, I swim very slowly.
That is so funny.
Like Magic Nielsen, the bottoms are amazing. They sent me these amazing,
large children, maybe. That's like
yeah,
child
no,
size.
but I got it for the adult tail. Anyways, so I'm gonna have some cathartic release and slice this top up. I'll do some snipping if you want to do the sewing. Oh, right behind you. And I also brought this one down. I don't know if it has any like scrap fabric and stuff you can maybe use.
Not.
I just kind of grabbed it. Okay, where are my scissors? Here they are. Anyways, I should answer some things. Digimer said that's how my first fin fun died. Thinned out, got a wee hole, and then poof, 10-inch rip. Yeah, that's what happened to my first fin fun. But I really like this tail. I love this rainbow one, so I want to preserve it as much as I can because it's like one of my favorites.
Make, thrift, mend.
Yep, exactly. Or, use one of my other 29 tails instead. But
yes, this
is my only rainbow one. Like, I have multicolored ones.
And some of your viewers maybe only have one or two tails, and you can repair things before you replace them.
This isn't the first tail I've repaired. I mean,
the mermaid companies won't want you to do that.
Yeah.
They would rather that you buy it.
Well, that's why Fin Fun makes so many tail skins. They're like, you got an old tail, buy a new tail skin. But actually, Fin Fun put out like a little blog post of what to do with your old tail, which is cool.
Would they have some ideas?
Yeah, like use it to cover shoes or like cute little craft ideas, like 10-minute crafts. Like those,
Toms?
Like little ballet flats.
Okay. Like with a hot glue gun or something?
Evelyn said that tops looks like 2 pizza slices. It does. I had pizza last night.
Pizza slices come larger than that.
Yeah, they were a little bit longer.
I'm not sure what color to use.
Yeah, because I would use blue. Okay. I would use like a blue-purple thread. Yeah, that'll be fine. So right now I'm just cutting up the lining. I think I also lost the cup inserts for this and tried to make do with other ones, but they were too big. So, yeah.
Okay, so you'll want to use the smallest, finest needle possible because the fabric is so thin and fine, obviously. And then flip the tail inside out.
Mm-hmm. That was the thing that took me a while to figure out. When you're sewing things, flip it inside out.
Well, that way you don't see the knot on the other side. I mean, I'm not a seamstress, by the way. I just know how to sew a few things, which is just a good skill to have, to know how to repair a few things and sew buttons.
Do you have that seam ripper?
No, I don't have a seam ripper.
I thought I gave you a seam ripper.
Oh, maybe you did. Maybe I just never use it.
I remember using a seam ripper at one point. Maybe I gave it to myself. Thimbles.
This is my old eyes.
Luna monofin still fit on suntails. Yep. Surprisingly, my fin fun has received less damage in 2 swims than both my Mer Tailor fantasy tail and one. Wow. Or than both my suntails. Wow. Great. I was thinking about canning a tail would be the best monofin to get. A Mahina. Yes, that is my completely biased, my own personal favorite.
They are magical.
They are good. Good monofins. Well, the thing is, okay. Oh, here's a seam ripper. See? Oh, I do have one. Yes, because I bought one for a dollar store from the dollar store for a project. And I bought more sewing needles, too, because I was fed up with using the same 4 needles.
Yes.
I only sew, once or twice a year, and I was like, you have no sewing needles!
And then I panic if I ever set one down, and I'm like, oh no, where'd it go? Okay, so you could pin it if you wanted to pin it together, but I think I'm just going to pinch it. It's not a very big rib now. So basically just try and pinch the rip as tightly together as possible. And then start not like right where the rip starts, but start like a little bit behind it.
I wonder, should I even bother seam ripping? I realize it's not super necessary because I'm just going to cut out.
And then tiny stitches.
Yep. Yeah! There we go.
And you don't want to like, you just want to pull the stitch gently. Like you don't want to pull it super tight because this material would like bunch up.
Yeah.
Like it's...
Because it's a stretchy spandex.
It's a stretchy material, so you want to kind of try and keep it as just natural stretches.
Yes. Yeah, you don't want to like pull it too tight, but you also don't want to keep it like completely loose. Someone said, how does it feel when you swim your silicone tail? I love it. It is magical feeling. Very squishy, very heavy.
Do you find you get more tired?
Yes. Yeah, I find that it's, definitely more, it's more taxing on me as compared to a fabric tail. Like, if I swim hard in a fabric tail, then yes, I'm going to be tired, but I find that if I'm doing the same things that I normally do in my silicone tail, like, I can still do them, but it's just, like, it takes so much more effort, and it takes a lot more out of me physically, because it's 35 pounds instead of, like, 2.
Yeah.
Does the fin is like floppy? Yes, the fin is floppy. It is, I have the mermaid, not the wave, or the Finnis Wave model fin inside of it, and so therefore it's a, it's like one of the floppier fins by Finnis. It's not the Luna, it's like a squishier version of the Rapid, basically, and so it's definitely, I can't make my fin stand up, and then it's got a bunch of silicone around it. I'm thinking of having my monofin replaced by the shooter in that tail, but because I love the shooter, but the problem is I love the shooter, and I love it in my tails that I can use the shooter in, so there's the problem. I will deliberate with Mermaid Amethea.
Just realized we're not drinking tea.
No, I had 2 coffees today, and I didn't have time to make tea.
And I don't even know how huge this mug is.
I'll show the other side. It's a Mike Wazowski
I don't know.
mug.
I should have poured it into a mermaid mug.
Oh, yes.
This is from Disneyland. Mike Wazowski.
It's like as big as my head.
It is literally like half a pot of coffee.
It's a good mug. There we go. Okay, so now I have my little eye patch here. I kind of want to put this around our cat's neck, like a little bandana. Would she look cute with a little bandana?
It looks a little small.
Maybe a bit, actually, yeah. It's like a superhero cape for my finger. Anyways, because I said that top looks like pizza, now I'm hungry. Okay, yes. And then, I also have another project. Oh, God. I just realized I have a hole in one of my socks. But I also have this tail here. You guys remember this one, maybe? This is my mermaid aqua tail. And you see it has a zipper to put your monofin in, and then the zipper seam kept going.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm going to repair that, because that's not too hard. But I'm going to need probably a big chunky needle for this. Maybe. Well, it's like really tiny stitches.
Yeah, I mean, you'll want a bigger needle, because it is going to be thicker material going through, but you don't want like an upholstery size needle.
No. Good thing we have a myriad of needles.
This fabric is so worn thin in this spot. It's like sewing Kleenex.
That's a good way. Magic Tail makes their tails thin. That's the one thing that I'm like, Magic Tail, why do you do this? Because they have like beautiful tails and they're
Beautiful
gorgeous.
designs,
Beautiful designs and just like very sleek and nicely done and just bright colors, but just, their fabric is so thin. Unless you get their, like, premium ones, which one day I would like to get.
I guess that's good, because then it dries quickly.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that I had this tail drying, like, last night, or I swam it in on Friday, and then, like, I think it dried overnight, honestly. Like, there was just still a little bit of dampness left. Okay, there. Now we have the tail mostly inside out. That looks so weird.
This will be an interesting scar. You'll have to make up a story of what happened to the mermaid.
What happened to the mermaid is that she took it on tour and swam in it in a bunch of crappy hotel pools with concrete that were like 3 feet deep. That's what happened to this poor mermaid. She was stuck in a tank that was too small. Why does she not have the mermaid mug? I know, for shame. You said you got it from Disney because I live in Florida and I get to see Disney almost sort of all the time.
Aww. I've never been to Disney World.
I have. It was wonderful.
I'd love to do that, and I'd love to go see the Florida Springs.
Yes.
Swim with manatees.
We have the RV now. You should do it.
Yeah, we just bought a little RV
It's so
this
fun.
fall, and we do plan on taking it to Florida at some point, but we don't have quite enough money saved up for Disney World.
Yes.
What would be the point of driving all the way to Florida if we're not
Yeah.
going to Disney World?
So, would this needle be too big? Should I get a
Yes,
smaller one?
get a
Okay.
smaller one. What happened to the needles you bought?
They're down in here. In here, I think. No, these are.
That's a sewing machine.
They're in one of those little spinny ones. Here it is. Let's see. So how to do the bigger one? All right. How's this thing work again? It's like one of these weird spinny contraptions that like spits
Yeah,
out the needles
it's got-
somehow.
The hole is...
Where is it?
There's the hole.
Oh,
Oh,
I see
there
a
it
little
is.
arrow. Oh, I see. Yes. Okay. I want the biggest ones.
We
Sure.
are intelligent.
Yes. Wrong one. There we go. I mean, this was also from the dollar store, so craftsmanship and quality probably isn't their biggest priority. Please come to Long Beach, California again. Oh,
I
yeah.
remember that. That was
Yeah.
fun.
That was
I mean, I
fun.
wasn't there at the pool, but we were in California and dropped you off at the
Yes.
bus loop.
Yeah. Met up with Mermaid Moongazer. I miss her. She lives in California full time. Like a traitor.
Why were we in California?
Disney. That was our May Disneyland trip.
Oh, that's right. And we went, the rest of us went to Santa Monica Beach. I think,
Yeah,
that
and went. Oh, and then we went to the American Girl doll store.
day. The giant one.
An experience.
It's
Yes.
okay. This
There.
jagged little
Yeah.
scar.
Now I have the fun time of threading a needle. If any of you guys saw my video that I did like 2 years ago, it was so bad, and it didn't do very well, which is good because it was embarrassing. But I tried to sew things, and it didn't go over so well. I ended up like using duct tape, and yeah,
That's okay.
yeah. And the mermaid seamstress was like, "Ah!" She left a comment that was very educational and went completely over my head. It was
But,
great.
You know, you can't learn to do something unless you try to do something.
And if you're gonna fail at something, you might as well put it on the internet and monetize it. Is what I always say.
That's right. Because otherwise, if all people see on the internet are people being amazing and doing things perfectly and successfully, then when you try to do things, you might
Sad.
kind of feel not wanting to try.
There we go. I have a Disneyland ride idea. Ooh, do tell. I do like Disneyland rides. Especially, I'm excited to go to either Disneyland or Disney World and go to Galaxy's Edge. and
What's the
do all
Disneyland
things.
ride idea, Grounded Geek?
Sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. Jake the dog. Yeah!
Sort of good at something.
That's from Adventure Time, the cartoon, I believe.
Oh,
I'm
I've
completely
never
wrong.
heard of it.
It's the one with the cartoon character. He's like a little white kid with a hat. And the colors are like blue, white, and green.
Do not think I ever heard of it.
And Jake the dog is like the yellow one with a weird handlebar mustache. It's a tribute to the classic, and it's a Marvel theme. Ooh! Oh my gosh, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. That was an exquisite ride.
Yeah, it's amazing how realistic they made
Yeah.
the raccoon.
Well, I watched.
Rocket.
Oh yeah, that's
The
right.
bunny.
Yes.
Small rabbit.
Rabbit. Well, I remember the. I was watching a behind the scenes
Oh,
for the
That's
Imagineering
not
story.
bad.
Oh wow! All right, let's show it off.
Okay.
Little Stitchy Stitch.
Where are the...
Not bad at all.
So, yeah, it kind of follows the line of the blue.
Yeah.
So, it's not
So
bad.
I figured the blue would
I
be
see
good
there's
idea.
a tiny little hole still, though. Anyway, and now we have to figure out what to do with... Sorry. Normal term. We have to figure out what to do with these holes.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and patch them with this, even though it won't quite match all the material. It won't even match the size.
Oh dang.
Oh,
That's
well.
okay.
Oh well, that's
Oh,
fine.
hey, our Amazon order of a bunch of candy got delivered. Huzzah. Thanks, Amazon. Would you ever like to make your own mermaid tail by yourself? No. I'm not very good at templating. Like, apparently a mermaid tail is one of the easiest things to sew.
You would think so.
But
It's 2 pieces.
I'm just not that good at it.
I mean,
not good at
it's 2
sewing.
pieces.
Yes.
You just... So the measurements are probably the biggest thing.
Yes.
I bet you can find a pattern online.
Yeah, well, I have a pattern. It's called the 30 mermaid tails I already own.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Oh, I have this candle, and it smells like a soothing man. It's called Crisp Morning Air, so it basically just smells like cologne. It's lovely. It doesn't smell anything like Crisp Morning Air.
Jocelyn asks, how can you get rips in your tail?
Heavy use and misuse. And
Cool
just,
bottoms.
Yeah. I mean, I've only had a few tails rip. Like, my first one was my Old Faithful tail, which ripped because it was just old. It was just very old.
All right, here's the Disneyland ride. So if they move Star Tours to Galaxy's Edge, they should make an Ant-Man ride called Quantum Tunnel Chaos. That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be really crazy. Yeah, we haven't been to Galaxy's Edge. We went to Disneyland the year before it opened.
And we could see it, like, when we went on the railway. I was like, I see it!
We were in California this Christmas, and it was so tempting to go to Disneyland, but we would have had, like, one day.
During, like, peak
During
season.
the peak season. So it would have cost us $1,000 for 5 of us to go, like $1,000 Canadian, to go and hardly get to see anything because it would have been so packed.
Yes.
So we drove on past Anaheim.
Much to Ellie's dismay.
I think Driver was more disappointed, but that's okay. We saw lots of other cool
Yes.
California
We
sights.
saw elephant seals.
Yeah, that's
Take
true.
that,
Yeah,
Disney.
we drove up the whole coast, all the way from San Diego, all the way basically up to San Francisco. We saw the entire coastline.
It was pretty cool.
That's beautiful.
Digimmer also had a good thing. This is there are so many talented tail makers already. It's good to support them. Yes, I am a firm believer in if I want something that's a little that like I don't if I want something but I can't make it, I will happily pay a starving artist to do it.
Would it be kind of fun to, like, if you ever got some fabric,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that you really liked?
Yeah.
It would be kind of a fun trial video anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Just to try and see. But
If
yes,
anyone was wondering, I'm doing a back stitch on this mermaid tail. So it's when this is the one I learned when I actually repaired a mermaid tail.
Yeah.
It's when you go through and then
How's that
you go
needle?
over. Oh yeah, it's working well. You go through. So it's a bit of a stronger stitch than probably just like what's called like a straight stitch on a machine. Because I think this was sewn on a machine.
Yeah.
But I didn't
I'm
do
sure.
a very good job.
So you're basically just going up and down.
Yeah.
Or down through the fabric, up through the fabric, down through the fabric.
Yeah,
up
but
through
I'm
the
also going back through my stitches.
Yes. Yeah. Or like a running back stitch. and
Yeah.
stuff. This one that I did is, I think it's just called a whip stitch.
Yeah.
Where you
Yeah.
pinch the things together and you go over top.
Yeah. I have another tail that the fluke needs sewing together, and I'm going to do a whip stitch with some fishing line on that one, so it's nice and strong. I think your mom wants you to make one. Now, okay, here's the thing. My friend Mermaid Kaida, I
She
saw
saw
her.
plenty of tails.
Yes, that too. I saw her Friday, and she was saying how you go to Fabricland and you see all this fabric that you're like, oh my gosh, this would be perfect to make a mermaid tail with, and you leave and you've spent $200.
Yeah, exactly.
fabric.
Fabric is super expensive.
Especially like spandex or sparkly fabrics, or the fabric that you'd want to make a mermaid tail with is generally fairly expensive. Like, more expensive fabric would probably be like velvet or
Most
lace.
of my fabric for any sort of like home decor sewing or whatever, I just get from Deli Village.
Yes, yeah.
Thrift stores. Like if you go into the sheets,
Yeah, bedding area.
like yeah.
Or if you're
You
from
can find some
America,
really nice fabrics.
Goodwill.
Yeah, Goodwill. Yeah.
So Saphira said something like, "It was a nice surprise to see you." What did Saphira said something? Nice surprise that you're live Well, I am dog sitting. Very good. Is it me or everything stop? Oh, dude. What I'm doing is buying a monofin, then making the fabric part myself. Very smart. Very smart. I definitely wouldn't recommend making your own monofin.
Yeah.
It's just...
Pretty technical.
Yeah, not...
Mold.
Yeah, just not safe to be making monofins out of recycling bins and duct tape.
Marie asks, what springs do you recommend for swimming?
I've only been to one, Alexander Springs, and it was gorgeous. I've also heard very good things about Ginny Springs and Rainbow Springs, but Alexander Springs is only about an hour and a half, not even, outside of Orlando, Florida. Oh shoot, I did that in the wrong spot. But yes, it was extremely excellent to visit. Where can I get mermaid fabric? Fabricland? Spoonflower has lots of different design choices. It's an online fabric shop.
Yeah, I was going to say probably online.
Yeah.
Where does Courtney get her fabric?
I think she's disclosed it somewhere. I forget where, like somewhere called Fabric World. It's an online retailer, but it took her a very long time to figure out what fabric she should get, because they all have pros and cons, and then also her fabric, like, they don't supply it all the time, like, they don't always have it in stock.
Right.
So I think she may have switched suppliers, because she was like, well...
Oh, this is so hard to cut, this fabric.
It's slippery.
It's so slippery. I'm just trying to cut as small a patch as possible to fit on here.
Dude Bro said, my first time making it to one of these streams. Hello, hello, welcome.
Hello, Dude Bro.
Oh, by the way, if you guys didn't know, the YouTube chat has a fun thing where it, like, gives you a little bit of shout-out if you do the super chat option, which is a little $sign next to the emojis, and full disclosure, it does help out my channel, but even fuller disclosure is that YouTube takes half of it, and I'm like, hey! So an even better way is the link in the description, the Streamlabs, and then you get a little custom, little pop-up on my screen. Actually, all of the little things do, if you support the stream. And anyways, it gives you a little shout-out, or if you subscribe, it'll give you a little shout-out. My little cartoon will pop up with your name, or if you have a super chat, it'll pop up, and it's very fun. I think it works. I think I have it working right now. Actually, Digimer said Courtney's fabric is amazing. Yes, Digimer has one of Courtney's tails, and I have 2 of them, and I love them. They're so comfortable.
Oh, I'm gonna check that color thread. I guess I should use a red thread.
Yeah, perhaps, yeah. Oh, I'm really close to ending this, to getting finished with the zippers, which is nice. I think I'll eventually probably want to take in this tail because it's a little too wide, this neoprene one.
Yeah, and it's not like spandex where it kind of really forms to you easily.
No, not really.
It's sort of almost...
It just kind of stays.
Yeah, it's like putting on a big bag.
Yeah, but I figured I'd just stitch it where it was already stitched before, and then attempt to take it in some other time. Because I did swim in this recently, and yeah, it was awkward because it had the big rip in it, so I was like, never again.
It is very pretty. It's got a gorgeous color to it.
Yeah, I love the blue on it, and the fins are amazing. I love the dorsal fin. Like, honestly, for what this tail is, and like what you pay for it, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
By the way, I don't know how you thread your needle, but how I thread my needle is instead of trying to poke the cut end, which is sometimes a little bit frayed.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
I loop it over my finger, like that.
New technique.
I put the needle under it just to make it small, and then I just watch. I won't be able to do it now. I totally missed. But it's just a way of like not having a frayed edge going through the tiny hole. No, I can't say it.
I just do the loop-de-loop where I put the loop, I double my thread, I put the loop-de-loop through the eye, and then I just like cinch it. So I pull it through itself, and then I knot the ends. So the frayed ends are still at the end, and I've still got the double thread of strength, but it doesn't. Wow, I've totally made my stitches like 30% smaller.
Do you need more light?
Oh yeah, maybe if we put the light. Oh wow, that makes a big difference. Look at that. I'm sewing black thread on black fabric.
There.
Yay, excellent.
It's kind of weird lighting now, but
Yeah.
oh well.
By the way, love your vids. Thank you. How do you hang your mermaid tail? So if you look up into that way. You see there are some pants hangers that I have my mermaid tails attached to, and then those pants hangers are on some shower curtain, what do you call them? Rings. And then those shower curtain rings are on a curtain rod dowel that I have affixed to my wall.
Yeah.
So it's like this big long
It's like
pole.
entirely the length of the wall is
Yeah.
a curtain rod.
Yeah. I guess I should have just moved my camera so you guys can
And
see.
then, yeah, pants hangers.
Yep. So it's pretty fun.
Kind of makes a big curtain against one wall.
Yeah, it's a fun little backdrop. That's expensive. How does Courtney... Is that expensive? How does Courtney Mermaid does OMG a lot of time it takes? Yes, that's why Courtney's prices are so high, because it takes so long to sew these things, and the fabric is so expensive, and it takes her a lot of time to sew to design the tails, because she designs the fabric herself, is the best way I can say it. She designs the print. So it's not like she just buys some pre-made fabric. She, like, designs what it's gonna look like, and then prints it out onto the fabric, and then sews it, not all by hand. Obviously, most of the stitching is done with a sewing machine, but she's put a lot of R&D into how to make them to not suck.
Digimmer says she's raising her prices. She wasn't actually making money off her tails before. She was spending so much time making each. They deserve to be a higher price.
Yes. 100% agree with
They're
that
like
decision.
individual works of art.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And now she's doing a thing where she'll make the tails, she'll give them, like, a little print of their tail, like a digital, like an art print of it.
Oh.
And then she'll also make a little certificate of authenticity, just to kind of give it, like, a little bit more of a special feeling.
That's cool.
Yeah. One of my podmates just got it or is getting hers soon. It's exciting.
Marie says, I'd love to have a backdrop of mermaid tails, but I only have 2.
You can still make a backdrop of mermaid tails.
That's right.
My first mermaid tail backdrop was literally 3 tails, and
Is that when you went to college?
Yeah, I actually got the idea of doing like a tail, like hanging my tails on my wall from Raina Mermaid. I saw that she had it in one of her videos. She had a bunch of fin funds that she used for her Little Mermaid classes in the background of her video, and I was like, oh, that's so smart. I'm like, I want to do that. Okay.
And it's funny to think because, so you went to college and you only had 3 tails.
Yeah, I had my sun tail, my fin fun, and my magic tail.
But you already had like such a reputation of like, whoa, this like girl that's super into mermaiding.
Yeah. And by the end of college, I think I had 10 tails. I'm pretty sure. Because I got 1, 2, 3. So I had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got like 11 tails.
And
so
you'd converted how many swimmers?
1 is mostly 1.5, maybe. Yeah, I'd say 1.5 that year.
Yeah.
People into mermaiding. But yeah, it was 2017 was quite the year, or 2016, 2017. It's definitely the year it all took off. So it was fun.
Marie says, do you keep your monofins in your tails when you hang them?
Only on a few of them. That pink one over on the far, whatever, that way. That one has the monofin in it just because it's a little hard to take out, but that monofin is
and
also...
it's kind of foam.
Yeah, it's like, it weighs nothing.
Yeah.
It's not a very heavy monofin, but if I was using my fantasy, if I had a fantasy tail from Mertailor with their, like, 20-pound monofins, of course I wouldn't hang it on the wall. All my monofins are stored underneath my bed, and the vinyl inserts for my Finfolk fabric tails, and this one right here I keep under the bed as well. So I store the fabric up top, the vinyl on the bottom, and the monofins on the bottom.
If you kept the monofins in the tail, it would stretch them.
Yeah, it would stretch them so much. So, and I don't think it would. The pants hangers, I don't think they would be able to support the monofins.
Anthony says, where do you put your silicone tail when you're done with it?
In the bathtub to soak and neutralize the chlorine.
It's called the Mythical Beast, and it really is.
Not the No, it's not Red Link.
No.
It's the Galactic Beast.
Wrong beast. The Galactic Beast. And it's like this giant sea creature takes over our bathroom.
Yeah, it's large.
But it's okay, we have 2 bathrooms, so it's no big deal.
Yes.
It just takes over the bathtub.
Then when I'm done with it, I filled it up nicely into my silicone tail bag. In a perfect
Well,
world...
no, you dry it.
Yeah,
too.
I dry it. I, like, prop it open and I dry it completely. And I actually just got a like moisture absorber thing that I'm very excited for next time I swim in my silicone.
Is it like a towel?
It's like
absorbent towel.
It's like one of those like, I don't know, plastic thing filled with the moisture absorbing beads, like the ones you put in the car when you store the car. Yeah.
Oh.
And so I'll stick it inside the tail while I have the fan going and like.
Yeah.
Good mythical morning. Hello, Emmy. I am well. But yeah, my silicone tail, when I'm done, goes under the bed. It used to hang on the wall, but that actually put a lot of strain on it. In a perfect world, I would have one of those ones that make it, like, hang, that's like a rod, and you can, like, put it on top of it, but it's not, I don't know, there's no practical way to store those things. In like, a practical, perfect world, I would have more space to store my waddle fins so that I could keep my silicone tail completely flat underneath my bed in like a...
Or it would have its own bedroom.
Yes. Well, that's what my friend Haley Mermaid, she has a spare room, and it's for the mermaid tails. So she has like 2 main silicone ones that she uses, and
she just used one of those kind of laundry drying racks? Like one of those mesh ones that you put sweaters on?
I don't know.
That would make a good bed for a silicone tail, like a whole bunch of those kind of mesh... I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but people use them to dry a sweater flat and air goes underneath them. Yeah. You could make like a whole bed for silicone tail.
Yes. Have you ever made a mermaid top? Kind of.
You painted your shells?
Yes. I actually have a video going out hopefully tomorrow, if all goes well, about mermaid tops. So wink wink. You guys might see this. I want to show it to you after we're done so you can laugh at my humor, or if I'm just the only one who's being funny to myself. You'll see where the jokes need improving with ridiculous editing. I'm starting to give real thought to moving onto a boat in a few years. Big thing I think about when I look at a boat is places to dry / store tails. Yeah. Yes. A clothesline for the little fabric ones, but yeah, your 2 silicone tails. I don't know. Alright, moment of truth. I'm zipping up this guy, and yay! Look, it looks... Oh, wait. Never mind. Just kidding.
You still gotta keep sewing? Or no, you still gotta keep zipping.
I still gotta keep zipping. There we go. Okay, so you can kind of see where I've stitched it.
Not too bad. Just hold it up to the camera.
Oh, yeah. So this is what I stitched closed.
It's good.
Yeah. And then this is... Oh, where'd it go? This is the zipper.
I am mid-patching.
Yes. Yeah.
And I realized it would probably look better if I actually... cut away the holes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, cut away the frayed bits and just like had one big hole.
And I had one big hole.
Snip away.
Okay. I mean, it's not going to match in the slightest.
No, the lighting is.
Yeah, it's okay.
Not poo. Anyways, just tuck tape your mermaid tail to the side of the boat. No problem. You could have like a fishing net over the side that holds your mermaid tails. Fate, the public pools in my city don't allow fins, so I'm contacting the mayor in my city to see if I can get the pool rules changed to allow tails. Good idea, but I feel like there's steps you could take before contacting the mayor. Probably something more likely to enact change would be a city council, or the director of Parks and Recreation, if Parks and Recreation runs the mermaid, or not the mermaid tails, the swimming pools. That would probably be where I would be more useful to go to first, but yeah, definitely bringing it to higher ups is a good idea.
And I think probably finding other pools, maybe not in your town or wherever you live, but other pools in your state or your province or whatever that allow mermaiding, and find out like from them, you know, their opinion on it, if they allow it, and then you could write that in the letter or
say,
whatever. Can
I have your pool safety plan and policies regarding mermaid tails? And if they're nice, they'll give it to you, and if not, they'll be like, it's not in our pool safety policy to give you access to our pool safety policy.
But yeah, if you can say, here's other townships or whatever that allow it, and here's why, you know. That's a little bit better than, but I want to. Yeah.
Digimir said, Westell's 42's engine room has enough space, I think, and it's accessible after the main cabin, so it's in the lead.
Wow.
Also, she said, on joking aside, setting net off the bow to dry, not store is actually a brilliant idea. Thanks. Would you recommend someone 17, fairly fit and water competent to start practicing the Mahina or something smaller, or is it more of a preference thing? Yeah, honestly, the Mahina would probably be good for you. It's like, I wouldn't not recommend the Mahina to beginners, but I think it's more of a risk for beginners to use, just in regards to cost versus whether or not they're actually going to like it. But if you're already a competent swimmer and you think that you're not going to have issues with the Mahina, I would say that. Or a more kind of swimmy monofin, like the Finnis Wave, Rapid Shooter, or perhaps a Mermaid Linden monofin. Those are excellent for good swimmers and beginners alike. Yeah, that'd be my recommendations. Okay, so now I have sewed this tail. I realized that as I was doing my laundry, I was like, where's my other sock? I'm like, oh yes, my other sock had a big hole in the toe! And I cast it aside, because I was mad about the fact that my sock had a hole in the toe.
Oh, you like those socks?
I love those socks. I'm wearing some other ones today. They have maple leaves on them. They're like my favorite socks.
Where did you get them? Do you even know?
Blue Notes.
Okay.
I got them. We don't have any. Oh, we do have gray thread. Excellent. I was going to get some clothes before I went away on tour, and I was like, I should get one of those like Canadian buffalo plaid shirts just to, you know, be obnoxiously Canadian while I'm in America, because that's how I roll. And I saw that they also had Canadian socks. I was like, even better. Oh, dang it. This thread. Oh, dear. So, I purchased those.
Emmy's practicing with her fin fun, and
Excellent.
Bella Cat is, and so many other people. Emmy's working on her dolphin kick.
Excellent. I'm getting a shots monofin. Do you mean a
Shoots.
shooter? A shooter monofin.
Shoots, yeah.
Yes. I love the shooter. It is a excellent monofin. Very good in many ways.
A nail that was sticking out of the floor attacked my sock. Now it has a hole in it. Rip. Rip. I get it.
A lateral rip. I don't need that much thread. I'm just darning a hole in my sock. Not
darning. You're so old-fashioned.
No.
You're darning your socks.
I'm pretty sure I only learned that word because of Little House on the Prairie. I remember when I was a kid, me and my across the street neighbor and my sister, we would play a game called Olden Days, where we essentially just acted out Little House on the Prairie.
Aww.
It was awesome.
Yeah, you guys would play in the shed.
No, we didn't play in the shed. We weren't allowed in the shed. We had a little space in between the sheds, which is so much safer, that I think we covered with plywood, so it was like a little house.
You made your own shed.
Yeah, we made our own shed between the sheds, and my neighbor had a much better playhouse. Her dad, built them, this, 2-story little tiny house, basically, in their yard.
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
That's such a cool playhouse! But for some reason, she always wanted to come over to our house. I don't know. I think it had something to do with her older brother.
Yeah, you guys didn't have an older brother.
Yes.
Pesky older brother. Sorry, older brothers out there. Older brothers are awesome. I've got one.
Yes, Uncle Alec is not super pesky. Annoying sometimes.
I'm
maybe.
sure I was more annoying to him than he was to us.
Maybe. But didn't he, invite you to play D&D because he didn't have enough friends?
No, he was just nice.
Okay.
He was just a nice older brother.
You sure he
'Cause
didn't
his
want,
friends would
a
come
player
over too.
4 to round out the party?
That could be it. He had other D&D friends. Yeah. We played D&D and croquet. We were nerds.
This is a very small thread, but I didn't need a lot of thread. Oh well. Do you remember House on the Little Prairie? Remember Danger Bay and the Littlest Hobo? Oh, the Littlest Hobo.
Oh.
How does the song go again?
Something
I'll make a new
move.
friend.
Just keep moving on.
Yes, that's right. It's a doggo.
That's such a bit of Canadiana right there. Who is this? Is Digimer's Canadian?
Yeah, she's from Ontario.
Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh. And
Kitchener,
Littlest
Ontario.
Hobo was probably filmed in Ontario.
Probably.
And Danger Bay, was that filmed out here on the coast?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, what kind of monofins that work for mermaid tails and also competitive swimmers? I would say probably the Finnis, anything from Finnis, except for the Luna, because the Luna is just squishy and ridiculous. But the Finnis monofins, like the Shooter, the Wave, the Rapper, I really want to try the, what's the one up from the Shooter? The Trainer, I think? It's a Numi one. But yeah, anything from Finnis, really. They make good ones for actual freedivers.
So slippery!
Oh, speaking of, my thread just went right through the sock. I gotta make the knot bigger or something.
Oh, you mean your needle went through
Oh, yeah,
the
my
sock.
needle.
I'm like, you want the thread to go
Well,
through
yeah,
the sock.
but like the knot at the end of the thread just went
yeah,
yoink.
knot it.
I like did double knot it. I said I didn't knot it enough.
You did not knot it enough?
I didn't knot. Oh, I think now's a good time for comment of the week. So every week I pick a comment that I think was my favorite, and by far today, I know this one's a little biased, but it definitely goes to Mermaid Linden, who in my video about Mermaid Linden said, "Oh my goodness,
goodness.
Yes, this video put a huge smile on my face. You ladies have the most fun. Makes me want to swim right over to the pool and bust some mer moves. Thank you, Nerdmaid Faith and Mermaid Widget, for the super fun, super beautifully shot from so many perspectives. Ding! Video."
Because which tail were you using?
I was using just my leggings, and my Mermaid Linden monofin, because I wanted to show it off. And Widget was doing the same. We were wearing essentially the same outfit.
Right.
We even have the same color monofin, but we were wearing different leggings. And yeah, it was a fun video to make. I was editing it. I was like, this is a good video.
So many tiny stitches.
So if you guys want to check that out, that is the latest video I've posted. But I'll be posting hopefully tomorrow a new video that'll be a little bit more of a sort of just a sketch deal. Not sketch. Okay, that's a wonderful comment. Yes. Would you ever get another tail from Magic Tail? Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about saving up for one of their Magic Tail premiums, or maybe seeing if they wanted to do another review, because they were really good to work with.
Which tail is your Magic Tail?
The one you're holding right now. Yes, and then my little green one that I haven't used in several years because it's a little old. That one I named Nerdmaid because it's the one that I discovered my Nerdmaid persona in.
Which one's that one?
It's hiding right now. It's next to the camo fin funtail.
Oh, yeah. That was one of your early tails?
Yeah, that was my second one, but it was like a huge improvement over the fin fun because it actually looked a lot better. Even though it was see-through, it was a massive improvement.
It looked like scales.
Yeah.
The fin fun one was more like, oh, it's pretty because it's sparkly.
Yeah. I do love the sparkle in the fin fun, but now fin fun's brought back the sparkle, so that's really nice of them. And some of their tails, like my new Galaxy ones. Can't wait to buy the 5 original colors they came out with. Oh yeah, that's right. Linden or Mahina really. Oh, hello, the Electric Mermaid.
Emmy says what monofins are inexpensive.
Oh,
good.
Yeah, the Linden is an inexpensive monofin. So is the Fin Fun. Fin Fun's monofins are inexpensive, but for a reason. They're not the most powerful or secure. Not that they're unsafe. Like the fact that they're not very secure is why they're safe. Is because you can easily pop them off. But yeah,
good beginner tail.
Yeah, definitely. I would say the Luna isn't super cheap, but it's pretty good bang for your buck. But yeah, I'd say the Linden is just overall a very well priced monofin. If you got a new silicone tail, how would you design it? I do have a design for another silicone tail in mind, / another Courtney Mermaid fabric tail. Whichever one I get first is what I'll get. But I would prefer to keep that classified right now.
Ooh, big reveal.
Yes, people like to steal designs. Yes, that is classified information. But yes, of course I have ideas for what a new silicone mermaid tail would look like. Hello LPS Tube, and hello my dazzling days. What happened to the tail? Oh, lots of use. Lots of use. Too much use. If you are crunching on the bottom of pools with your tail, it's thin, it will wear holes, and especially if it's a delicate fabric like.
Grounded Geek says that she wants to lose weight so she can swim with you.
It's a he.
Oh, sorry. You can swim anytime.
Yeah.
Swimming is great exercise, no matter what size.
And it's impact-free, so if, running is a pain on the knees, which I can totally understand, swimming, you work out still mostly the same muscles, and you don't have to feel the spasm of pain shooting up from gravity. That's what I love about swimming. I remember I had a friend in middle school who she wanted to lose weight, but she didn't really like exercising, and we went to the pool. She's like, oh, something just kind of clicked in her mind. She's like, right, yes, this is fun.
Yeah, and it's still cardio.
Yeah, well, it works out your heart, your lungs.
Yeah, for sure.
And everything works out, your heart and lungs, but especially your lungs, because you're also holding your breath. Grrr. What can you do if the swim pool place doesn't allow you to wear a mermaid tail? Wear a monofin and be like, fight me. Just kidding. Wear a monofin. And
Just
not
the- yeah.
just the monofin. That's usually a
Just
good way
the
around
flippers,
it. And then you can work your way up, or just flippers and mermaid leggings. It's always fun. One time, actually, I just posted a video on my second channel where I went to a municipality in Vancouver, which is actually Vancouver, that doesn't allow mermaid tails, and I went with my friend, and we were very, like, okay. But I was anticipating this, so I wore my leggings, and I had my mahina, and it actually looked really good in the video, just
Yeah.
like my, did you see the video I posted? Yeah, it was fun. And then we went to the guard room, and then we were like, we are professional well, and I'm like, we both have our freediving certification, and here's all of our other certifications, and I'm the head of all the mermaids in BC.
So they let you swim?
Yeah, they let us swim.
Obviously. It was the
in my
video.
monofin, and yeah, because, well, they banned tails, but they didn't ban monofins,
right.
and they banned holding your breath for longer than 30 seconds. Yes, because
Did they have somebody?
They had an incident, but there was no monofin involved. It was just like kind of bad timing for a lot of things around their policy changes, and so then they changed. They were like, "Well, just ban."
Did they have
mermaids."
somebody pass out?
They had a swimmer or a free diver who was at the bottom of the pool and didn't come up because he was practicing free diving unsafely. Because you're supposed to have
A
a
spotter,
partner when
yeah.
you free dive.
Yeah.
Which is what I do when I free dive. I bring my freediving partner to the pool, and we practice free diving, and we look at each other, and you have like a system of communication, and it's very safe and controlled, and like I'll be like, I'm gonna do a 50-meter static, so you have one person under the water doing their swimming, either with fins or monofin, and then you have the other person on top. It's best if they have goggles so they can look down and see you. And they're just in flippers or their bare feet, and they have a flotation device. So as soon as your partner comes up, they grab onto that flotation device to do their recovery breaths. So it's not like they're in the middle of the pool, and then you're trying to support your partner. So yes, it's good. I almost lit the sock on fire. The mayor of my home city is a woman. I hope she'll be accepting of wanting to allow mermaid tails. Yes. The Electric Mermaid, BSS, is swim in a bathing suit and a monofin. That's how I swim and I practice. Heck yeah. Yeah, I remember we went to do some practice, and you had a monofin and a swimsuit, and it was good. We should do one of those again. At a pool that doesn't allow us to film, so that we have no choice but to actually do swimming instead of fiddling around with the cameras for half an hour. Which is definitely not what I do. Okay, I didn't repair this sock. It looks like there's a bite taken out. I didn't do an excellent job with this one.
That's gonna be comfy. It's okay. What was the quote? It's really sucking is you're on your way to being okay at
Listen,
something.
I repaired that tail beautifully with nice, good stitches. And it's not uncomfortable.
Yeah,
It's better
not
than
a
my
big
toe
hole.
poking out of it.
Yeah.
I saw the video. You were so pretty. Thank you.
Aw.
I wasn't even wearing makeup, but my outfit was on point, so that was the important part.
Oh, I lost my needle. Oh,
Oh,
here
no.
it is. It's still attached.
How's the patch job going?
Oh, it's so fun. But it's looking good.
Yes. And now it's going to have 2 layers
See?
of fabric
It's almost
there.
like a heart.
Aw, yeah.
No, it's not 2 layers of fabric. It's covering the whole.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
in a little bit of the area.
Yeah, it's probably a better fabric because it's like a swimsuit
Yeah.
that I've never used.
Yeah,
really.
it's definitely thicker than what is around it. I mean, honestly, the stuff where it ripped is so thin right
I'm
now.
probably going to keep this to continue patching up this tail.
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw out the rest
It'll
of
be-
this bikini.
It'll become like this new tail. It'll be like the hobo tail.
Yes.
The
Well,
hillbilly
I already
tail.
have one of those. It's called Frankentail, and it has chopped up body parts from another mermaid tail and like 2 scars, and like it's stretched out and faded and has like a bunch of holes on the fluke tips. But I keep it because it's a great tail.
I'm sort of feeling like
Beginners.
I didn't cut this patch big enough.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Or I've been stretching the material. Anyway, it's okay. We'll just make it work. Make it work.
My 13, soon 14-year-old brother. Oh, he'll be there to spot you at the pool. Excellent. It's always good to have a spotter. I mean, it's essential. It's probably better if your spotter is a legal adult, but, you know. Oh no, I stabbed my scissors through the... Dang it. Oh well. I'm gonna cut there anyways.
Aww, Mermaid Sophia. Thank you, Mermaid
Yay!
Sophia. That's cute.
It made the little sound, yeah. I don't... Actually, let me see if I can go to Streamlabs and I'll do it, because it makes my little logo sound as well. Streamlabs. I can't type. Streamlabs.com/ It is 3:54. Oh, jeez.
Okay.
I can't. Wow, we spent a long time doing some snipping and some sewing. We'll probably keep going until that little project's done.
Yeah. I'm 3/4 of the way done.
One does not simply stop sewing.
Leave a patch half sewed.
You would leave me to fend for it, and that just wouldn't work out. Okay, let me log into Streamlabs. I should have done this before, but then I can show you guys what happens if you do a super chat or subscribe or send a donation on Streamlabs. It will give me a little shout out. It's really fun. I'm very proud of it. I spent way too long coding it. I was like, ooh, what's the HTML for this? Because there's a test function, but I'm glad it worked. It's worked the last, like, 4 times, so I don't test it every single time, but... Widgets... Oh, no, it's the alert box widget. And let's say if I send myself a super chat, it goes like this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is from the start of your video.
Yeah, or this one. Thank you, John, for donating $57. He didn't, actually. It was me. I pressed the button. Oh. Hey, thank you, Evelyn McCoy, for subscribing.
Aw, that's fun. That's really cute.
It is fun. Anyways, Frankenstein sounds like a brilliant start to a Halloween special. Yes! It's excellent. How long
Maybe
should
that's
someone...
a good fiction idea.
Faith, how long should someone be swimming in a fabric tail before getting a silicone tail? My advice would be at least a year. That's what most smart people do. Some not so smart people just go straight to silicone, and we're like, why do you do this? And then they're like, I'm selling my silicone tails, too much work. It's like, well, yes. Yeah, I would definitely start.
It's a huge investment.
It really is. Even like the cheaper tails come to like just under $1,000 is like probably the best deal you can get for a silicone tail that's not going to fall apart from a reputable maker.
And there are so many beautiful fabric tails.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that nowadays there's like gorgeous, gorgeous fabric tails that are like performance quality that like you don't need to, you know, lose realism on just because it's a fabric tail.
Oh,
but anyways, I would recommend at least a year of swimming in a fabric tail, and then 3 years of saving up your money and another 2 years waiting for it to be finished.
I ran out of thread.
Oh no. Electric Mermaid said most pools will allow monofins as a swim aid. Yes. But I advise calling ahead and checking. Yep. And you basically say, hello, can my daughter swim in her mermaid tail? And they say, okay. Basically. And then if they don't know, or if they can't give you a good answer, then they just have to speak to their supervisor. Because the thing that some people fail to realize, I've worked with a lot of lifeguards, and some of them aren't that smart.
So you're not of the opinion that it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission?
I mean, that is, yeah, if I'm going to a new pool, generally I just, like, if I know ahead of time generally what their policy is, I'll just walk in like I own the place, and then, but, yeah, sometimes if it's, like, a new place, and you say, hi, can I do this? And they don't know what it is, sometimes they'll say, no, that sounds like a risk, and they'll make that decision.
That's why I kind of wonder, like, if there is no policy, or you've never swam there before, or the policy isn't very well stated, it's almost like if you ask them...
It's like asking for an invitation to say no.
Yeah, it's asking for them to go, oh, that? Yeah, I'm going to say no.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a, like, tricky thing because it does involve lots of, like, liability and, like, policies and everything. But, I mean, my opinion is that people should be allowed to swim in pools in mermaid tails, because if they don't, they're just going to go somewhere that's less safe, like a lake or the beach or a river.
Well, and okay, here's the other thing. Also, make sure that you're a competent swimmer,
Yeah.
or your kid is a competent
Yeah,
swimmer,
'cause-
because a lifeguard isn't going to want to watch somebody struggling in their tail.
I certainly don't.
So
And we have members in our pod that are like that, and I'm like...
So if it looks like the person that you're safeguarded with watching is a weak swimmer or struggling or like doing the, chin just barely above water, then that's going to make the guards think this isn't safe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always a good idea to foster a good relationship with your local pool. Yeah, so giving attitude or like being like, oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about is not a good way to get the favor of people who are in charge of making decisions. Yes. And yeah, the ask for forgiveness rather than permission is good, but when I'm doing like a meetup at a pool, I will always call ahead and be like, hi, is it okay if I bring approximately 8 to 10 mermaids to the swimming pool?
Yeah.
And if they go, what time? And I say, Saturday at 3 p.m. They'd be like, oh god, no, it's so busy. Never, never, never. So I say, okay, thank you. But most of the time, like 9 times out of 10, they say, yeah, that's fine. Thank you for letting us know. We'll make sure to schedule extra people, or, maybe you should stay in this area, or, it's good.
Or they would know, oh no, we've got a swim meet that weekend,
That's also very good, because I went, in December, I went with a few friends, and the person who organized it was like, it was just going to be like a little private, just a few people coming out for a good friendo time. And she was like, hey guys, let's all go swimming this day. And we're like, yeah, that day works for us. And she gets to the pool and she's like, crap, there's a massive swim meet. And even though there's only like 4 of us, like the only place that was open was the leisure pool. We're like, no thanks, and booked it 15 minutes across town to the other pool and had a splashingly good time. Yosa was there. That was fun. I called them and they said, what's a monofin? And I just gave up at that point. Yep.
Then just show up.
Just show up.
And swim with it.
Yeah. You're like, see, look, I can swim. My friend Mermaid Kaida said she would always, like, before she would wear her big giant tail, she'd, like, go to the pool and swim, and then maybe just swim in her monofin, do some laps, some tricks, so that she's fine, she's a competent swimmer, and then put on the giant sparkly thing with a lot of drag. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, develop relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, or you can get your own pool, but not everyone can afford their own pool or live in a climate that fosters an outdoor pool year-round. I would love my own backyard outdoor pool. That would be fantastic, but it's just not practical. Out here in the lower mainland where it rains 9 months of the year.
Your pool would be constantly filled with cedar bits, because we have giant cedar trees.
I know, we're next to a forest. Ellie says, do you know where else... I don't know where else does this, but do you have any big pieces of cardboard or plasterboard? I had a box, but I think I threw it out. Sorry.
What? They need cardboard or plasterboard?
Yeah, Ellie wants cardboard or plasterboard.
Are Ellie?
Yes.
Oh. The dollar store.
Yes. I can't wait to get a tail from Amanda one day. Yes. Don't get a silicone tail until you're full grown because they're expensive. Oh yes, that's a good point, Evelyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you get a tail when you're 16, your body is probably gonna change. Like, I measured for my tail, was it 2 years ago. I measured for my tail 2 years ago. But the nice thing is that the silicone still has a bit of stretch and give, which is good because I've definitely grown a pant size thanks to working on tour and having Chipotle every day, and then working at Menchie's and having Menchie's every day.
But, I mean, remember when you came back from being on tour and around 11 o'clock at night every night you got, like, a big snacky...
Curse you!
But you're not like that anymore.
Not really. Mostly just, like, popcorn. Yeah. But, yeah, tour would always...
You're not, like, craving a really carby meal at 11 o'clock at night.
Carbs and cheese and, like, burgers and fries. Oh, yeah, I mean, tour was delightful, but we had 4 meals a day. I mean, it was like breakfast, you could skip breakfast, but yeah. And then we'd set up, and then we'd have lunch, and lunch would usually be Chipotle or something of that manner. Ayo, is it done?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
So,
actually, it doesn't look so bad.
Those are the... Oops. Hang on. This is terrible.
tear.
I think these are the little stitches around it, so they're not perfectly even. And then this is the, oops, that's the hole. So I might stitch that down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, so it doesn't like flap open and kind of cause stress at it.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
yes,
you know,
better than a giant gaping hole.
yeah.
Yay, she fixed.
Yeah.
There, and that's how you repair a tail.
Okay. Patchwork tail.
Yes. It's like, it kind of reminds me of Sally from the, what's that called? The Corpse Bride? Is that what it is?
Oh.
Yeah, Jack.
Oh, The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah. I thought, oh yeah, no, she
Yeah,
is from
she's-
that. No, yeah,
Oh.
she's not from the Corpse Bride. Yes,
Oh.
you're right. Yes, it is Night. Yeah, because it's Jack Skellington and Sally. I saw lots of couple costumes of that for Halloween. I've already designed my dream silicone tail around my the Marvel Mermaid persona. Excellent. That's awesome. And yes, like we were saying before, it's good to have silicone tails when you are a full-grown adult. I mean, they will stretch, but they won't stretch in length as much as they'll stretch in width. So if you're going to have a growth spurt in the next couple of years, don't order a silicone tail because it might not fit you, and that's a bummer. The Electric Mermaid said, yes, silicone is very expensive and is heavy and very different to swim in. Yep. H2 is only available on Netflix till February 8th. What?
Binge watch.
No, I don't want to binge watch H2O.
I've seen maybe one episode.
Yes, I might have watched it in the living room. You're like, what is this filth?
No, it wasn't like that.
It's bad, right? Actually, no, Mako Mermaids is filth. I'm pretty sure someone, I can't remember if it was you or Gyra or someone came in while I was watching H2O or Mako Mermaids and was like, ugh. I'm like, I know, it's awful. I hope I can swim the public pools in my city so I can fun in it and maybe make some young girls happy and inspire them to get tails.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. That's the best about swimming in public.
Yes.
That
people go, oh, like I
it's
swim.
always such a magical moment for the little ones.
I went swimming last night, and it's also a magical moment for like people my age.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Older people. But it was really funny.
Sure.
My favorite thing to do now is to kind of like make people uncomfortable if they're giving me weird looks. So one of my two favorite things is if there's like older guys that are kind of like, ah, like they look at you so offended, like you've just put on a tail that said, I hate God or something. And they're like, look at you like, ah, what are you doing when you have sparkles on? And I just like, will surface or I'll like go on the pool deck, flop my fluke up, or I'll be walking with my tail, and I'll just give them my brightest, happiest mermaid smile, like wave, and I'm like, hi! I'm like, I'm a mermaid, I'm having fun, it's this thing called joy, ever heard of it? And that's fun and petty. And then another thing is, yesterday I went swimming with some friends.
Maybe they just have a resting scowly face.
Maybe. There is one guy at the pool I used to work at who, like, he had a face that was, like, constantly, like... It was like you just told him that you hate his grandma. He was always like...
Maybe somebody hit him in the back of the head one time when he made that face.
He just looked so offended all the time. That was just his resting
Maybe he
face.
couldn't see because he didn't have his glasses on.
Maybe he was like... Ugh. But yeah, it was... Well, he wasn't, like, super old either. Like, I think he was, like, 40s or 50s. But he just looked so, like, just appalled and offended all the time.
Well, you know when you, like, turn your phone camera on and it's, like, facing you?
Yeah.
And your face is, like...
Is this what
It's
I
like
look
the
like?
worst angle. It's like all your skin is hanging, frowning down.
Good times. Good times. But yeah, and then another thing I do is if, like, yesterday I went swimming, and there was this woman who was in the lanes next to us as my friend and I were putting on our tails and monofins, and she kind of, like, gave us a look, and I'm like, this is a thing that normal people do. And she's like, ah, okay, I didn't want you to talk to me. It was amusing.
It talks.
Oh no, it saw me, oh crap, must leave. It's great. Sometimes it's really fun to do weird things in public that aren't technically illegal, and then watch just people's reactions.
That's a weird statement.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, it's just like the unexpected, I guess, is more what it is.
Yes, there you go.
That they don't expect to see when they're in the pool, and they're like, there's someone swimming in the mermaid tail. And it's like, yes, I'm having fun doing it. Also, I have lots of followers for some inexplicable reason. Ta-da! Evelyn said, I have my own pool. I'm gonna just skip ahead. I'm happy that my growth spurts are done. Good, good, good. I did fabric tails for many years before getting a full silicone. That's right. Oh yeah, right. Your orca tail was your first silicone. I always forget that for some reason. I don't know. I feel like you've had a silicone tail for so much longer.
Oh, the orca tail.
Yeah, but we got ours
tail.
like around the same time. So
beautiful.
I was looking through my Instagram and I like saw one of my videos had the orca tail as the thumbnail. I'm like, that was a good choice.
Especially because we live on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. I wanted to get a silicone tail from Mer Tailor one time when I was younger. This is before I got my first tail in October 2019. Yes. Some people don't know what having fun is. Well, yeah. It's just fun to be youthful and have a good time with your mermaid tails at the pool because it's just so much more interesting. Gliding and twirling and flipping around and blowing bubble kisses and keeping your eyes open and
looking pretty.
Pain. Yes, I'm looking pretty and having all the little girls like, oh. And then you like flop your fin and like give them a little fin high five. Oh, it's so fun. I love doing that. Except one time I accidentally booped a kid in the face. I like had my fin. I was like, high five, and they're like, ah, and they sort of missed, and then just went. It wasn't with one of my heavy ones.
Fail.
I'm pretty sure it was with my Mako tail, so it had a little bit of give. It was just fabric at the end, and it was kind of funny. The Luna is a great beginner tail. Yes, yes it is. I think some people would be surprised to see a 20-year-old swimming in a tail. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you see a little kid in a tail, you're like, oh, that's cute, they're a mermaid. And then you see, like, a college-age person, you're like, what? but then, like, you're, like, better.
Yeah, your swimming is so much better.
Your swimming is so much better, so you're, like, more enchanting looking.
Yeah.
And you're not, like, a little kid, like, and then, like, swimming into their dad's arms, and then being like, okay, I'm bored, I'm taking off the tail. Like, oh. Did you know Jeff Goldblum did this episode on a show about pools? Oh, but it didn't feature any mermaids.
Oh.
That's a bummer.
Oh, I like that Jeff Goldblum show.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm in my early 40s and I'm always in a mermaid tail. Age is nothing, happiness is. That's right.
Aww.
That is so good. Yes, the Luna is a great beginner monofin. Yes, it is. It has a good amount of floopage. Which reminds me, I ordered one from someone, and I don't think they've sent it. I thought about that when I was driving to church this morning. I'm like, hey, I haven't gotten that yet. So I'll need to message them and be like, did you get my PayPal money that I sent to you?
So I definitely pulled it.
It looks a little puckery.
In some spots. I did what I said you shouldn't do, is tighten it. So that was my bad.
But I'm sure, like, it'll stretch out and probably
and really
give.
At the end of the day,
like, this is what it looks like from far away.
Yeah, actually,
yeah, that looks pretty good. Like, the only place where it's mostly really obvious is right here, because it's a different color stitching.
Yeah, so there, it's a huge rip.
It's like two rips. It was one rip right here, and like a bunch of little rips
and then
right
a bunch
there.
of holes.
Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah, this tail is slowly on its way out.
Yeah. I don't use it a lot, and I probably won't use it quite as heavily. I'll probably use it at my pools that I know are safe for mermaid tails and don't, like, have crappy bottoms. Faith, I tried finding the Nebula tail you have from FinFun. They don't have it anymore. Yeah, I think that they might have gotten out of stock of it. My FinFun got wore down to the brim where it has holes all over and I can't wear it. Yeah, that was my first FinFun. Anyways, it is, like, well past our end time. So, thank you, Mother, for helping me. It was very appreciated. And now we must clean up all the slowing.
Is this your scissors?
Yes, those are my desk scissors for packages and things.
And do you want to keep these with your mermaid supplies?
My little fabric scraps and my little scraps and crap bin.
So it is possible to patch a mermaid tail using old bikini fabric.
Yeah. Quite well, actually. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow. I'll be posting a new video. And if you haven't seen my old one, check it out. Link, just click on my channel. Anyways, bye, guys! Love you!